This year's Zhuhai Air Show was exciting, with China's Navy, Army, and Air Force all pulling out all the stops and displaying a lot of new equipment. For example, the appearance of the Navy's J-15T and J-15D gave a close-up look at carrier-based aircraft. The appearance of the 9 Days drone showed people the new trend and new methods of drone combat. The Machine Wolf demonstrated the teamwork ability of robots and their role in future land warfare. But the hottest part of the air show was the official announcement of the J-35A and the display of the J-10CE. As a rule, China usually displays fighter jets that are already in service at air shows. The public debut of the J-35A also means that the Chinese Air Force is equipped with 2 stealth fighters at the same time, which is the second country after the United States. The 3 swordsmen of the Chinese Air Force, which consisted of the J-10, J-16, and J-20, will also be developed in the direction of stealth, with the J-20 and J-35A as the main ones. Although the J-35A has not been shown too much, and the flight show is only a slapdash one, but the appearance of many J-35A can also be seen some clues. Russian test pilot Bogdan expressed his admiration for J-35A's research and development capability after watching its performance. First, the shape is concise and neat. From the appearance, the shape of J-35A is very concise, with no obvious section and vertical surface on the exterior, and the edge of the nose radome, the landing gear hatch cover, and the edge of the built-in bomb bay cover are all stealthy processed, which means that the stealth performance of the aircraft will be very outstanding. The first FC-31 Falcon Eagle fighter unveiled at the Zhuhai Air Show in 2014 was immature and more crude in all aspects. The Falcon Eagle II, which test flown in 2017, made major improvements to the wings, horizontal tail, drogue tail, and aircraft materials. The subsequent modifications of the Falcon Eagle fighter that appeared a few years later had another major change in shape, raising the height of the back of the aircraft, and the state of technology was close to maturity. Through these 10 years of grinding a sword, F-35A finally matured. More concise shape, stealth performance is also greatly improved. Second, the manufacturing process is excellent. Over the past few years, the overall level of technology in China's aviation industry has increased dramatically. Before, the Chingfei in this area is far ahead. And now, even the production of the number of J-10C-9000 and one J-10 Suzhou Aircraft Company, limited in the production process, has also reached or exceeded the level of the original Chingfei. Previously, Xinfei's craft level has been criticized because of its production process inherited from Russian aircraft, but the production of J-35A has demonstrated the world's top level of craftsmanship, which shows Xinfei's significant improvement in this area. Debut of the J-35A fuselage surface smooth, skin seams and flatness, as well as all kinds of rivets processing is very excellent. And also debut Su-57 form a sharp contrast. Third, the engine performance is outstanding. In the flight performance of J-35A appeared obvious Mach ring, which means that China's engine research and development production has made a breakthrough. For a long time, the engine has been regarded as the shortboard of Chinese fighter aircraft. The previous Falcon fighter pulling black smoke in flight shows this. In just 10 years, the J-35A pulling Mach rings proved the great achievements of China's aviation engine. The J-35A, which has solved the shortcomings of the engine, will add wings to the development of China's Air Force. What does the J-35 unveiling mean? In all seriousness, China's periphery is facing greater pressure on air defense. China's neighborhood is one of the most rapidly developing areas in the world in terms of military power. Not only the United States, Japan, and South Korea and China's neighboring deployment of a huge number of F-22, F-35, and other stealth fighters, South Korea's self-developed KF-21 progress is also quite rapid. As an emerging power, India is also in the rapid development of its air force, already has a Rafale and other advanced fighter aircraft. The future will also have a stealth fighter. In such a situation, although China already has 250-plus J-20 fighters, but in the face of the vast territory and urgent military tasks, it is still a little strenuous. After the J-35 series develops and matures into service, China will form a stealth fighter production pattern of one south and one north, plus the relatively low cost of the J-35, which can replenish the number in large quantities, thus forming a stealth fighter combination of high and low matching with the J-20. With the transfer of Changfei's production capacity, the future production of J-20 series will be fully utilized, which together with the service of J-35 will begin to slowly replace J-10, J-11, and J-16, and start the stealth process of the Chinese Air Force's fighters. The J-35 series is a multi-purpose aircraft, which will not only equip the Air Force, but also become the carrier aircraft of the Naval Aircraft Carrier, together with the J-15 series to become the backbone of the Naval Air Force, effectively eliminating the generation gap between the Chinese aircraft carrier and the world's top-level aircraft carrier fighters, and boosting the development of China's aircraft carrier business. In addition, the shortboard of China's export warplanes is very obvious. Although the domestic development of warplanes is full of fruitful, but the warplanes that can be used for export are very limited. Heavy fighters such as J-11 and J-16, which are coveted by some countries, will not be exported, and the most advanced J-20 series is not among the exported fighters. At this stage, the only ones that can be used for export are the J-10CE and the Dragon, jointly developed with Pakistan. The export combination of one medium and one light is very limited, giving users not much space to choose. In the future, when the J-35 export model matures, it will greatly enrich the choices in the world's stealth fighter market. It is a very good choice for countries that can't buy American F-35s. Maybe in the near future, we can see J-35 flying in the sky of other countries. The unveiling of the J-10CE is also a highlight of the air show, showcasing the latest improvements made by Chinese aviators to the aircraft, with a particular focus on the aircraft's mounting capability. The J-10CE on display has a twin mount under the belly, which is staggered to mount two Thunderbolt 12 medium-range air-to-air missiles. 3 GB-250 guided bombs were mounted under one wing, while one CM-400 AKG tactical ballistic missile was mounted under the other wing. In addition, the aircraft also mounted the Falcon series multi-band optronic pods. This is the first time that the J-10CE's belly composite mount is on display. With such a mount, this J-10CE carries two Thunderbolt 10E close-range air-to-air missiles, two Thunderbolt 12 medium-range air-to-air missiles, one CM-400 AKG tactical ballistic missile, 3 GB-250 guided bombs, the Falcon 3 series of multi-band optoelectronic pods, and two secondary fuel tanks. Such a mounting capacity reflects the J-10CE's multi-purpose combat capability on the one hand, and demonstrates the aircraft's powerful mounting capacity on the other. After the high-profile debut of the J-35A, it should be said that the Chinese Air Force no longer has the need to modify the J-10. Whether the J-10 will form the Four Musketeers with the J-16, J-20, and J-35 in the future, or will be gradually replaced by the J-35, it can be foreseen that the status of the J-10 in the Chinese Air Force will be weakened. Therefore, it is no longer in the interest of the Chinese Air Force to continue to improve the J-10 series. Then why are we still sparing no effort to improve the J-10? First, to meet the needs of the countries that own the aircraft. You should know that although Pakistan loves J-10CE, it has clearly pointed out the weaknesses of the aircraft's short range and limited mounting capacity. The Pakistani Air Force regards the J-10 as the most important air combat force and does not rule out the possibility of continuing to buy it. Therefore, it is very important to meet the demand of the Pakistani side, continue to explore the potential of the aircraft, and improve the user experience. The second is to continue to strengthen the attractiveness of the aircraft to overseas users. As one of the few types of fighters that China can use for export, it is very important to improve the performance of the aircraft, especially to eliminate the shortcomings and weaknesses of the aircraft. In the system of Chinese Air Force, J-10 mainly undertakes the intercepting mission, pursuing the fast and efficient, and does not need to emphasize the capability of mounting, so we seldom see the J-10 of Chinese Air Force using the composite mount to mount missiles. However, for the countries introducing the J-10CE, the J-10CE is the main combat aircraft, which needs to have air superiority and multi-purpose combat missions. Therefore, by improving and using such a composite mount, The mounting capability of the J-10CE will be greatly improved, effectively enhancing the combat capability of the aircraft, which will enhance the attractiveness to some countries. In this year's air show, Air Force representatives from Iran, Indonesia, and Saudi Arabia have carefully visited the J-10CE, and some countries have also shown some interest in introducing the J-10CE, hoping that an export agreement will be reached in the future. Thirdly, it is the need to maintain production capacity. Judging from the number of this J-10CE exhibited at the exhibition, the relocation of the production base of J-10 has been completed. In the future, Chengdu will fully utilize its production capacity for the production of J-20 series and subsequent products. For the newly transferred production base, orders are needed to maintain such capacity and technical team. With the introduction of the J-35A into service, the likelihood of the Chinese Air Force continuing to place orders for the J-10 is slim, so orders from overseas are very important. This is also the reason why China did not display the Dragon this time. In this case, when the Chinese Air Force already has the J-35A, the reason why they are still squeezing the J-10's capability is for export. China hopes to win more orders for the J-10CE through this display.